everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com. I'm back today with the bargain bead box for January 2021, and we are going to check out the content, see what's inside, see what the theme is. This is such an awesome deal. If you're new to this subscription, I highly recommend it. It is only $17.95 a month shipped to your door in the US. And I also have a coupon code that's Opal2 that will save you $2 off your first month if you're a new subscriber, making it only $15.95. And they do include gemstone beads, glass beads, findings that all coordinate together in a fun theme. So let's find out what that is this month. We're gonna open up the package. Ooh, pretty. Have a pink bag. That's going to indicate our theme. So here's a little peek at what we're going to take a look at today. We have all of our contents in this organza bag. And as you can see, there's 19 things we're going to go through today. So for the $17.95, you just really can't beat that deal as far as subscription boxes go. It says the theme this month is roses are pink, so we're going to have a romantic rosy pink palette, including some rose gold findings, rose quartz flowers, hand carved, wow, rhodonite and quartz gemstones, and sparkling crystals, bright glass flowers, findings, and scrolling filigree motifs complete the package. On this page, there's also a coupon code for 30% off at their sister site, beadboxbargains.com. Every month that you're a subscriber, you get a new coupon code to use at their site. Sometimes they have items from past boxes, but they're always getting something new, and their prices are great. So the coupon makes that even better. And you can also enter a contest each month that you're a subscriber to win some credit to their sister site if you submit photos of some of the work that you've made from this subscription. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm really excited to see what is in store. We're going to start out with number one. It's a 5-gram bag of 21 gauge 6mm steel jump rings. So let me open this up and get organized, and then we'll look at everything one at a time. All right, so this is item number one. I don't even need to take these out of the package, but it's nice that they included the jump rings to go with the rose gold bindings that they have included this month. I think the last time they may have sent rose gold findings, they didn't actually include jump rings, but this time they thought of that, so that's really great. And then in bag number two, it says that these are 2 pieces of scrolled chandelier findings, also in the coordinating rose gold. Now you can see more of the details they have. I can see some little hearts in there that kind of goes with our theme, but it's still pretty subtle, which is good. And you can see that these chandeliers have 5 areas here for you to use as connector points, and also one in the center, so you could drop something right in the center there. And you don't have to use these as earring findings. You can use them in other ways as well, even on either side of a pendant, which I shared in a chandelier necklace and earring tutorial I did not too long ago from their contents. To get us started with some of our beads, we have bag number 3, and this contains a 10.5-inch strand of 6mm crystal bicones in vintage peach. These are very nice. So even though these are just Chinese crystal bicones, I feel like they're very uniform, and the holes may be a little bit sharper than Swarovski. They don't have quite the same feel, but you know, this is the bargain bead box after all, and they are beautiful. They're beautiful, sparkly, faceted bicone beads in that blush peachy pink color, which I think is going to be really pretty with the pink. And I'm glad they introduced some of this tone in this month's theme to kind of bring together the pink and the rose gold findings. And item number 4, this is where we're bringing in the actual rose quartz. We have a 15-inch strand of 6mm rose quartz round gemstone beads, 15-inch strand, so a lot to work with. So here's a strand of rose quartz. You can see just that pale pink color that's a little bit hazy or cloudy that tints these quartz beads, and then that hot pink string they're strung on, of course, brings out a little bit more pink in them. And they're one of my favorite gemstone type beads to work with. All right, now item number 5, some more beads. I'm seeing some AB coating, I think, or electroplating. So this is a 7.5-inch strand of 8 by 6 millimeter crystal rondelles in the color Pink Jade AB. These are gorgeous. And as it usually does, that AB coating is just lighting these right up. You can see the light hitting them when I turn them in different directions, which gives them a extra sparkly look. And I'm sure they're going to accent our rose quartz and these other items we are going to take a look at. And then item number 6, getting back into our findings, we have 1 meter of 3mm steel Rolo jewelry chain in the rose gold finish. So as we usually do, we get a nice long segment of chain to work with that typically can go into multiple projects. And I will leave this in the bag because we know what Rolo chain looks like. You can see that through the bag. It's a almost 3-foot long segment with these nice wide links that you can even take off and use as small jump rings in projects if you want to. And then item number 7, something else that'll come in handy. These are 3 sets of 20mm hook and eye clasps. And we've gotten these before in different tones of metal. I know the silver and gold for sure. And this time we're getting some in rose gold. So we even have some clasps to go along with our jewelry with the loop end there that just hooks right into the other side. Really simple necklace closure. And then item number 8, we have some of these rose gold links. It's a 10-gram bag. They are 18 by 13mm. They're called Floral Medallion. So let's take a closer look. These are really nice. They remind me of like little coins or something. You can see they have a loop on either side and lots of great detail. You can see they're actually cut out a little bit. So there might be some other possibilities as far as using these with some wire or some other type of material. Just something to think about, but we get a generous handful, like we usually do, of these links to add to our beads. And then number 9, we're bringing in a focal for sure. So this is a 51mm filigree scrolled medallion focal in rose gold, of course. And here's a closer look at that. It actually feels very solid, and I like all of these scrolling details that are going around and around. You can definitely use this as a pendant and utilize those 2 loops for attaching to some chain or some bead stringing wire. And you could even use this as a backdrop for something else, kind of like a platform. So we'll see. Usually they include a couple different focals, and a lot of times one is in gemstone form and one is in the form of findings. Really neat piece. And then we have bag number 10, which contains 25 pieces of 20mm brass head pins with the ball at the bottom. And I'm loving that they included some of these too, because if you're newer to beading or you just don't have any rose gold findings, maybe you only have like silver and gold to work with right now, they've included so many different things, like even the jump rings and the head pins, to help you out to make things right from the box. And that's usually the case with all of the bargain bead boxes, which is why I think it's such a great box for so many people, but especially for newer ones who may not have some of these additional things yet. You don't have to go out and supplement your bargain bead box quite as much. All right, we're just about halfway through, and look at what we have already just at the price of $17.95. It's just great. That's what I was trying to tell you at the beginning. If you're not familiar with this box, we still have about halfway to go. So we're going to continue on with bag number 11, and this one contains 10 grams of 4mm swirled rondelle spacer beads. So we have a very generous quantity of these little spacers with these swirling details that will go very well with our other findings. And then bag number 12 contains some more beads. We have a 10-piece strand of 10mm dyed quartz gemstone beads in frosted coral. Those are gorgeous. So these actually remind me a little bit of cherry quartz, which has that darker hue, and you can see that these have just a little bit of swirling going on, with some of the areas being a little bit darker and some being a little bit lighter, and they have definitely more of a matte finish. I think those will beautifully accent some of the rose gold, giving us some more pink to work with in a just slightly different shade. All right, bag number 13, we have some tiny gemstones. Oh wow, those are so pretty. 7-inch strand of approximately 3.5 millimeter finely faceted rhodonite gemstone beads. These are teeny tiny, and you can see those sparkling little facets that let that light shine off of them. And I really love that when it's a tiny little gemstone bead like that, because they get more attention that way when they're micro-faceted and give a piece a little hint of sparkle. You can see all of them are just a little bit different. We have some tones of pink and peach that are mixed with black, with other earth tones, gray, we have some brown, tan, all different colors going on, which will be great again to have as an accent to some of our more pale rose quartz and things. Bag number 14 contains a 7.5-inch strand of 8mm rose quartz rounds. So we had the 6mm, and now we have a strand of 8mm. So these look just like the 6mm. Maybe these are just slightly more opaque or have a little tiny bit more color concentration in them, but they are pretty much the same, which gives us the option to maybe use them together in a piece where you can graduate the size. And then bag number 15 contains 10 pieces of 8.5mm pressed glass flower beads in the color magenta. And these are so fun. They're like little bell flowers. You can see the hole runs up through the center of the flower, and they have that little fluted shape and the bright magenta, which really looks nice. Another shade of pink to bring into some pieces, and it's not all the same color. These are slightly variegated, as you can see, with parts being a little bit more clear and parts having more of that magenta color on them. And bringing in the flowers, I think, really complements this romantic theme that we're going with. And then bag number 16, we have 10 pieces of 9mm cutout round bead caps in the rose gold as well. And there is a closer look at these. I'm going to take these out and feel how thick they are. And these feel really good. They're not so thin that you can bend them, but they're not terribly thick. I think they'll be pretty versatile. Like how they're cut out and open too on the sides. Those are different from other bead caps that I've gotten before, and yet another type of finding that they've included for us to work with. And then bag number 17, we have a 7.5-inch strand of 4x3mm crystal rondelle beads in the color almond bisque luster. Cool. So it's kind of a champagne color. And they are very lustery. Wow. They have quite a coating on them, making them so much more fun to look at than just some plain opaque beige beads. And maybe this is our sparkle of champagne to go with this romantic theme, and something other than pink to work with that also kind of brings in a neutral and kind of ties in the more peachy tones if you want to do that. And then bag number 18, we're introducing another focal, and isn't that stunning? This has some weight to it too. It is substantial. It says this is a hand-carved rose quartz gemstone pendant. It's approximately 35 to 37 millimeters. This is a work of art. I mean, look how beautiful all the details on the top of the rose. And there's a look at the back, and it's kind of even set up for you in such a way that that is flat, so you could glue on a bail if you wanted to. Really cool. So this is kind of what I was talking about, where we have this pendant here, and we have a carved rose gold stone. I mean, there's a possibility that these could be put together in a way and combined into one piece, so maybe think about that. But we have one more item, that is bag number 19, which contains 2 pieces of 13 to 14 millimeter hand-carved rose quartz gemstone flower beads. So these will go very well with our rose quartz pendant, and these are substantial as well. They're just a lot smaller. You can see the hole runs up and down the length of the bead, and there's all those hand-carved details that are pretty subtle, but definitely make these unique and will make some beautiful jewelry. perhaps even a pair of earrings to go with the pendant that you decide to put in a necklace somehow. So I think the Bargain Bead Box did a fantastic job once again this month with their theme. I have not worked with pink and rose gold together, I don't think they've ever sent that combination before. So I'm excited to play around with that and see what I come up with. It's not something I would normally put together, but that's what's fun to me about these boxes. Even if it's not color palettes I'm used to, or if it's something I'm not even drawn to, it's fun to stretch yourself creatively and put things together and come up with something new and different. And we have some beautiful things down below. I can't wait to see these items turned into jewelry. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know if anything jumps out at you, if you have a favorite item that you saw today, what you think about this month's theme. I think they did such a fantastic job. As usual, they don't disappoint with the quantities they send. The fact that you can get all of these items for just $17.95 with free shipping, I mean, getting gemstone beads and focals like this, it's just a great deal. So if you're a new subscriber, don't forget to use the coupon code OPAL2 to save $2 off your first month. And be sure to stick around. I'll be sharing some finished pieces hopefully in the near future with items directly from this box. Big thank you to you all for being with me for this unboxing. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And please hit that subscribe button because I'd love for you to be back in the future when I'm posting new videos. I'll be back again real soon. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.